Yo, we talking about groceries on FBA. Yo, easy. Yeah. J to the O, the Mayos. Groceries on FBA. What you know about that? Step your game up, suck it.
What's up, guys? Shawn Mayo here, and today we're going to be looking at Abe Books. I'm going to show you guys how to find the products, find the correct format, how to know how many pages to do, as well as finding your discounts and everything else you need to do using our bulk lists, or if you want to put together your own search. We'll show you how to do that as well. Okay, so let's get right into it. The first thing you want to do is select your site you're doing. We're doing it Abe Books today, so these two pieces of information are very important. You should be looking at this before you even go to the website. So we're just going to look at the template. I always look at the example first. And the number of products per page. The number of products per page may not match what you see when you actually go to the site. So when we calculate page numbers, the page numbers need to be based on this number. It doesn't matter what the website has. If there's 10 or 24 or 50, it has to be whatever is here in Tactical Arbitrage. So we're looking at 30 per page. Abe Books does have 30 per page when you go to the site, but some sites are not that way. Now, the second thing you're going to look at is the link itself. This is the example, and when we bring a link to search, they all have to look like this. It has to be in this format, or Tactical Arbitrage isn't going to read it. So if you can't get one in that format, for example, clearance or other things at stores, then it may not, that search may not be compatible with Tactical Arbitrage. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take this link and we're going to go look at Abe Books. We're going to find a search to do, and then we're going to bring it back over. So now, as you can see, this is, we're just looking at the example, which is dictionaries, and what you need to know is that Abe Books actually has over 4 million books. It has almost as many products as Walmart does on their website. So, there's a ton of stuff to look through. And what we need to look at here is, do you really want to search 115,000 items that are in this category? You may not, so there are some refinements that you can do. We can look by new only, used, first editions. We may only want to look at new books, because we're going to be comparing them to sell on Amazon as new. And that's going to narrow it down by over half. So now we're down to 40,000. And you may want to look at the book ratings, because if it's a badly rated book, people may be returning them. You may want to avoid that by getting only 3, 4, or 5 stars. So let's just say 4-star and higher books. Now we've narrowed it down to 39,000. Maybe let's look at 5-star books and see what we get. So now we're down to 20,000 items. So we've gone to under 20% of what we started with just by doing a couple refinements. You can also look at seller locations, only look at U.S. items, because you're paying shipping a lot of times. And now we're down to 10,000 items. So now we can take this search, and we can see the link, and the way it's doing it is just taking the listing codes and putting multiple ones together. So what we can do now is we went from 100,000, which could take days to run, and we've narrowed that down to about 10,000, which may take only hours to run. So we paste it in here. We need to select Abe Books. Again, that's not the right store. And now we're going to pick our start page and our ending page. So we're going to start on page 1, and to see where we end, they actually don't tell you how many pages there are. but we know that it does 30 pages at a time, so we'd have to take this number and divide it by 30. So if we take this number, 10,489, and divide by 30, it's 349.63333 to infinity. So you always want to round up, because that 2/3 of a page, the 20-some that was left over, it wouldn't look at. So if it's 349, it's 350. If it's 350, you're going to go to 351. So now we know there's 350 pages that we want to search. So we're going to do page 1 through 350, and then you're going to select your filters, whatever filters you want to use for doing, that you're going to use for books. You're going to enter those in there. We're not really going to get into filters right now, and then hit submit. And as you can see, it's going to run all these pages from 1 up to 350. And as you can see here, there's 10,489, but it says current product expected is 10,500, because it doesn't know how many products are on the page. What it's actually doing is taking the 30 that it expects per page, and it's multiplying it times 350 pages. So that's how you get your 10,500, which may not always match what came from the original site. Now I'm going to go ahead and end that. And if you want to save all that time and effort, we do have a bulk list. As you can see, if we click on Abe Books or any other stores in Tactical Arbitrage, if there's a premium bulk list that a third party has made, you can buy it right here by clicking that blue button, and there's usually a link underneath it as well. Here's what it looks like. It's very simple. You're going to have all your links and how many pages there are, start page, end page, and then all of the actual descriptions of those categories. So, you have it all in one place. You're going to save the time. I believe there's about 3,300 different categories on this site. So that would take you quite a bit of time to do. You can scan up to 400 pages, different categories, up to 48 hours. It's going to end after 48 hours. So, if it's something you're interested in, we do have that available. They're very economically priced. So check that out if you're interested, or make your own. Now I'll show you how to either make your own bulk list or upload one. It's very easy to do. What we're going to do is click on Use Bulk, and then this orange button for Upload New File is going to open up. So you click on Upload New File, and you're going to have access to your blank templates. Now, even as many lists that we've made, hundreds of them, we still use this bulk template every single time. So what you're going to do is just click here. If you're just going to be doing one site, and I'm not going to cover this right now, but if you want to do multiple sites, it's down here. You can read the instructions yourself. So we're going to click here, and we're going to download a new template, open it up. I'm using Excel, but Google Sheets work quite easy as well. So here's the template. So all we need to do is pull out our links that we're going to put in. So as it shows in the template, we're just going to paste our category in, what we want as our start page, what we want as our end page, and that's all there is to it. You can do this as many times as you want. Up to 400 lines are supported. So you can start on any page, end on any page you want. And you can do it, as I said, up to 400 lines. After 400 lines, it won't work, and then you're going to be able to upload this. It's going to run each line one at a time. So it doesn't run these all at the same time. It's going to run them in a series. So it's going to do this line. It's going to start on page 1, get to page 10. It's going to do the next one, start on page 1, get to page 10, and then or page 4, and it's just going to keep going till it gets to the end, or until 48 hours are elapsed. After 48 hours, your bulk upload list is going to automatically end. So once you've created that and saved it as a CSV, and if you're on a Mac, you need to do the Windows version of CSV, then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and upload it right here on the same page again. You click on Browse, select your file. Once you select your file, just click Upload. You're going to select. You still have to select the store. And now we're going to select our filters again. So I'm just going to use Last Filters, click on Submit, and then as you can see, it's now running. It's showing you're on row 1 of row 331 rows that we just uploaded. If you want to see what's going on, you can click on Bulk Uploads there. It's going to show you the exact lines, the page you said to start on, the page you said to end on. And it's going to run them one at a time. It shows you your page number, your current page, the current product. It's expecting 657 items, how many have been checked, and how many have been added to your list. And that's all there is to that now. If you buy one of our bulk lists, it's very simple to do as well. We're going to go to one of our bulk lists here. You can see this one has about 2,000 lines. Of course, you can't use all 2,000 lines because it has a limit of 400. So a couple of the things that we do, we never run. We wouldn't just take the first 400 lines in here and run it. These are sorted by the biggest ones first because that's what you guys said you were most interested in, running the biggest category. So we sort them largest to smallest. Now, what I suggest when you're building your own list, we see grocery, we see health, we see all kinds of different products here. So what we're going to do is sort this. We're in Excel, so I'm just showing you the way we do it in Excel. And what we do here is we're going to select data, we're going to sort, expand the selection, of course, and I'm going to select by the full name, and I'm going to sort A to Z, whatever editor you're using for editing your CSV files. It may work a little different, but it all basically is the same thing. You're going to go to your sort page, and you're going to sort it by this column D, and now we can see it's in alphabetical order. Shop for this store is the main search, and then under that it's going to show you the category. Some will say home, some say shop. It depends on how the store gave us the data. So we see now we have all the baby together, all the electronics, all the garden and patio. And of course, you're going to do different searches for shoes than electronics and grocery, So what we do is we select either the category if it's big enough, or maybe a few categories that would go together, like maybe grocery and health and beauty together. So now we have all the baby, and then of course the subcategories under that are together, and the subcategory, the subcategories, and so on. So now what we do is you're going to just want to delete whatever you don't want. So if we just want to scan baby, we're going to delete everything that's not baby. So really, other than sorting, you only really have 2 steps here. So you delete the lines that you don't want. You sort if you need to, you delete the lines you don't want, and then you're going to delete column D. And we have that very plain and simply here. Full name, you must delete this column D before the scan will work. So you just right-click on it and delete. And now you have a file in the exact template needed to upload into Tactical Arbitrage, and you upload it the exact way that I just showed you, and the scan's going to run exactly the same. It's going to do the first line, and then the second, and the next line, and on until it's done, or until 48 hours have elapsed. So one last note, if your file doesn't look like this, if you didn't see this, the 4 columns, if it looks completely different, then you're editing the wrong file. So you need to, you get 2 files when you buy the list from me. One of them is labeled bulk, one may be labeled something else. You need the one that has the word bulk in the title, or in the file name, or you're working with the wrong one. It has all the bulk information, but you would have to create your own file from scratch. So we give you this one, you need to use the one labeled bulk. And now we're going to, the last thing I want to show you is your store price reductions, which is any discount you're going to use at any store. I'm going to show you how we get our gift cards, how we use our cashback sites, and you can't just add these together because these store price reductions work one at a time. It's going to take the first amount off, then the second amount, and the third amount. So if you added these up, it would be a completely different number. So the way it works is, and if you don't have one of these, you don't just skip 1 and go to 2. You would, still put the first one you have in that space. So the first one would be if you had a discount, let's say 20% off from the store directly. So you're going to get that 20% off before you pay. So you get your 20% off your total. And then if we have a gift card site, and I'm going to show you the gift card site that I use, which is called Cardbear. And this isn't a site that sells any gift cards. What they do is they check most of the top gift card sites, and they're going to show you what the best deal is. They also track pricing, and you can set alerts. So what we do is I'm just going to select one at random here. Let's say CVS. They have 17.6% off. So now these are the top sites to get these from. We can see Cardpool is sold out. Card Cash is 17% off. Raise is 17.3% off. It shows you what the current discount is, what the average discount is. You can see based on this graph that these prices are way higher. So, I'm probably going to come back and buy a bunch of these after this video, but you're going to want to, when it's in this kind of scenario, you're going to want to buy because this is way higher than it normally is. And then you can just click on these links and it's going to take you. So if you click on in stock, it's going to take you right to the Raise site where you can order those cards. The other thing you can do here is set a notification. I think this is a great time to buy right now, but let's say you didn't want to buy until it hit 20%. If it hits 20%, we can see it practically never does that. But we can hit that and enter our email address right here and click on Setup Alert, and it's going to send us a notice every time it hits that discount from now on. And as you can see, it's going way over a year. At this point, it's about a year. Right here, it's probably 2 years worth of history for this site. Some it may not have been tracking that long, but for this one, it's showing we have 2 years of history. We know what times a year that all the spikes are, when the prices are the cheapest. We know what it's recently been. We have the current discount. We have the average discount. We have the prices from multiple sites, and it's all in one place. So I'm sure this is an affiliate site. They get some kind of affiliate money because there's no advertisement and they don't even sell anything. So this is a great site that we use. We use this for everything. And, just go to cardbear.com, whatever site you're looking for. So, for example, if we got this at 17.5, we're going to just enter 17.5 here. And after all this goes through, I'll explain, what the differences are. So the last site that we use is called Cashback Monitor. So if we go to cashbackmonitor.com, and again, we're going to enter CVS here. This is going to show us all the best sites to get cashback from. So I'm assuming that they don't have a deal with CVS. Okay, so maybe CVS doesn't do cashback. So let's just pick one here, ralphlauren.com. So now what this is going to show us is once we go to this site, We can see how many people are looking at this, how many people have made this their favorites, so we know how popular of a store it is. We can see all the cashback sites, but not only that, we're going to see all the amount of points you get per dollar spent for travel miles if you have a travel credit card. And if you use credit card points, it's going to show you this. And there are some that have some other kinds of rewards that you might see a couple over here, but none for this store. So now if you're using, a site like, let's say, Mr. Rebates, or You Promise is a popular one, or Ebates. Everybody seems to use Ebates. So if you're only using Ebates, you'd get 2.5% cash back if you just went to Ebates for every site you did. But Splendor and Extra Bucks are giving you 8% back. So that's more than triple what you would have been using if you just used Ebates, or double, if you use something like You Promise. So, it does take a little bit more time. You're going to have to set up, accounts at these sites as you find them to get cash back from. But in the long run, you're going to be making a ton more money. It takes a couple minutes to set up an account, and then, you're going to have that account forever. You're just going to have to log in and go through there. So now, if we're using Splendor, and we're kind of calling different sites together, but if we use that, then we'd have 8% back there. So as you can see, in this scenario, we'd be getting like 45% cash back, and that's not unheard of. I get 20% cash back. If you're using Kohl's, or we have a list of a ton of sites that have discounts all the time, and I'll show you that in a minute. But we're able to do scenarios like this all the time where, you're getting 10 to 30% in a gift card, and then 5 to 10% cash back with cashback sites and store discounts. So when we look at this, and one other thing about the cashback sites, these numbers change almost every day. So you can't say, oh, well, I'm going to go back to Splendor, I'm going to go to You Promise or Ebates because they had 8% cash back, last week. It doesn't work that way. Today Splendor has it, but next week, Mr. Rebates may have a 3-day special or a weekend special. So they do deals with different cash back sites, short-term deals for maybe only a few days to get these, to get their customers in that higher rate where they're promoting it. So next week it may be something else. Ebates may always be at 2.5%, but, maybe a special weekend for, Black Friday or a holiday, they're getting an extra 5%. So they're going to be pushing all their customers there for that short term, and hopefully they stay with that site. So we recommend you check this site every time you make a purchase. So if we're looking at this, we're going to get 20% off before we pay. So, we can't add all these numbers together because the money you're saving is going to be, at each step, it's going to be costing less money. So, a $100 item is now only $20, 20% off, which would be $20 off. So now you're getting a discount not on $100. You're getting a discount. You're going to get your discounted gift card on 17% off of the $80. And after you pay for that, you're going to get cash back based on your discounted total, which would be 17% off of the $80. So you're saving something like another, $14. So you're not saving 17.5% off of 100. It's now $14 off. So now you're at like $66, and you're going to get 8% off of the $66. You're not getting it off of the $100, if you follow me. So you can't add all these numbers together because you would be thinking you're getting a much bigger discount than you actually are. And when you enter all these in, it's going to compute this when you're running all of this stuff. So you don't need to buy the discounted gift cards up front, but you should be buying you should be checking it so you're getting those discounts, because when other people aren't adding these discounts in and they need a 50% ROI or whatever the profit margin is that you need, then it's taking all of them people out of the equation, because now you have something with a 30% ROI or a 40% ROI, and you're able to use these discounts when your competition didn't, and now you're over your 50% limit. So, it was 30 or 40%. Now it's maybe 60 or 70% ROI you're making, and it just knocks so many other people out, because if they're using Tactical Arbitrage or another tool for sourcing, it's going to have that hard cutoff. If you say 50%, it's going to remove everything under 50%. So now they're not even seeing those deals that you're going to be making way more than 50% ROI. We use gift cards for everything, discounted gift cards, cashback sites. We use everything that's available to us. And the last thing that I want to show you is our beta, what we're calling a beta step ahead tactical sourcing sheet. Which is, we charge $24.97 for this. Just real quick, and if you're looking for all those deals, then you can see we sign up for the emails for all 300 plus sites supported by Tactical Arbitrage, and then we put all these into a spreadsheet, so we know each site that's has all these deals, 20% off of one item, 25% off the whole store, whatever the deal is, when it starts, when it ends, links to it, how much we get for discounted gift cards, what we get for cashback, and a bunch more information. If you're interested in that, you can go to beta.shawnmayo.com, and that's all I'm going to say about that. But, that's how we figure out where to start at. That's how we end. And thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any more questions, any specific stores you want me to do. We're definitely open to, making one of these for any and every store that you're sourcing at. So let me know, and we'll do whatever we can to help you out. Thanks for watching.